We just want help to get her back.
Sierra Foster needs your help. Her daughter Zion is missing since January 4th.
17-year-old Zion Foster was last seen on January 4th at her home on Melrose Court in East Point, a city that is a part of the Metro Detroit area. That evening, Zion got off work and asked her mother if she could hang out with a male cousin. He picked her up around 10:45 p.m., which can be seen from a neighbor's Ring doorbell camera that shows the cousin's vehicle. 2 hours later, relatives say a text was sent from Zion's phone and was pinged from Greenfield Road, a location south of 8 Mile Road in Detroit. This was also the area where her male cousin lives. The text message said she was on her way home. However, she failed to show up to her East Point home. Zion's iPhone, which has been shut off, had an account that was part of a family plan that enabled family members to track her location. Families believe she is being held against her will and that she could possibly be a sex trafficking victim in another state. It is a parent's worst nightmare to not know where their child is or if they're okay. Her mother, Sierra Milton, is in that position.
We'll return home, God, safe and unharmed, God.
A moment of prayer for Zion Foster's safety and safe return. Moments before loved ones posted flyers on Detroit's west side.
All I want is for my 17-year-old baby to come home. She was nowhere to be found. The cousin still says today that they haven't seen my baby. They started off saying they hadn't seen my baby in three years.
7 Action News went to the home of the male cousin. However, there was no response. Family says the white car that was in the driveway with tinted windows and side marker lights is the same one from the surveillance footage.
Milton says she's made several trips to East Point PD since Wednesday morning.
So East Point said that it was going to take 72 hours for them to assign a detective to the case.
She says they're handling the case since that's where Zion was last seen, but she doesn't feel they're taking it seriously.
The person that's over it now specifically said to us that, I'm going to be honest with you, we're taking this as she's a runaway.
So Zion's father has a plea to anyone who can help.
Anybody see this? If you see Zion, if you hear anything, if you know anything, contact us. It is important. We are all we have.
The family has received several tips from individuals claiming to have had possible sightings of her. One of the tips the family received was that Zion was at a gas station near her last track location. But some tips have also come from people clearly trying to prey upon their desperation. Some of the text messages were elaborate and agonizing, including one demanding money in the amount of $7,000 and another claiming Zion would be taken to another state for sex trafficking. Her mother said she was so desperate to find her daughter that she paid $200 to someone claiming to have information. Her mother also describes a tipster that took information she posted online about her daughter and pretended to know it firsthand.
She's been able to view her daughter's phone records and conversations with the cousin who claims he hasn't seen her in a while.
He was trying to, talk to her and get with her and things like that. She's underage. Then I find out that drugs and things like that are also included in this. So I don't know what their lifestyle is. I don't know what they're about.
East Point police said officers have looked into several leads and have gone to a couple of addresses they received from the family where the girl might be staying. So far, the addresses have turned out to be vacant houses. 7 Action News spoke with a lieutenant with East Point Police twice. He says he has 3 detectives on this case, including himself, as they look into another missing person case. He says they're making this a top priority and are working with Detroit police. Since her disappearance, there have been multiple new developments. On January 19th, the person of interest, her 21-year-old cousin, Jalen Brazier, turned himself in but claims to know nothing regarding Zion's whereabouts. According to Zion's mother, the two are cousins through marriage.
I'm nervous about a phone call. I'm nervous about a knock at the door, Of course, I'm hoping, I'm praying, I'm pleading, that is good news.
Milton says since January 4th, she's asked him time and again where her daughter is.
Why isn't he saying where she is?
That's the scary part.
A private investigator out of Chicago who specializes in human trafficking contacted the local 4 defenders with photos of the cousin's Acura on January 10th in Detroit and Hazel Park. Then the car was spotted on January 13th in Waterford, but there were no photos of Zion in the car. Detroit police said they have recovered that car and are very concerned about Zion.
We're asking the community to help us find her. If anybody has any information as to her whereabouts.
It's a waiting game, a scary waiting game.
Investigators are still questioning that person of interest after he turned himself in Wednesday night. We caught up with Zion's mom to get her family's reaction to the latest developments in this case.
I saw a lot of people being relieved. You know, they're like, yes. But I was more along the lines like partially finally.
Sierra Milton is torn, although police are now questioning a person of interest in the disappearance of her daughter, 17-year-old Zion Foster. There are still a lot of unanswered questions, and the unknown is nearly unbearable.
Therein is the fear. You know, you're nervous about a phone call. You're nervous about a knock at the door.
Sierra last saw her daughter January 4th. She says Jalen Brazier, the person of interest who's also her ex-husband's cousin, picked Zion up from their East Point home to hang out, something they did often. Sierra tracked Zion's location through an app on her phone and saw she was near the 7 Mile and Greenfield area on Detroit's west side where Brazier lives. Zion texted her later saying that she was coming home, but never did. When Sierra confronted Brazier about her daughter's whereabouts, she claims he said this.
He told me he hadn't seen or been in contact with her for 3 years, which is impossible when you were in my driveway and gave me a hug.
Detroit police is now handling the investigation. East Point police was initially at the helm. Their investigators recovered Brazier's car. Sierra says her daughter's disappearance has brought out the best and worst in people. While many are offering help and leads, others have reached out to Sierra and her family with bogus information, threats, and words no parent of a missing child would ever want to hear.
His sister actually reached out to us and said my baby was dead. And then the whole family was talking about it like it was a joke.
Zion is still unaccounted for. Her family is still holding on to hope and wants anyone with information on her whereabouts to come forward.
The police still need your help. We still need your help. My babies still need your help. Zion still needs your help.
Any information is important enough for us to check out. These are our loved ones. You are a loved one. You have loved ones. Help us. Help us, please. Bring Zion home.